Yo, what's up? My name is Lee. I'm a gold trader, and for today's video, I'm going to give you a breakdown of how I made $1,300 off of this one trade. All right, so this is the trade I took. It was about 200 pips on gold. We're looking right now into the 5-minute time frame. I'm going to show you exactly how I found it and what I was looking for. So the first thing that I was looking at was checking the direction. Right now, price seemed to be consolidating a little bit on the 4-hour time frame, but the last candle was really bullish and it did end up closing above the previous high. Before I start to draw anything, I usually go into the 1-hour time frame and start to mark up the charts. So the biggest thing that I'm looking for is if price is going up bullish, then what is the next area of resistance? For me, I decided to draw my area of resistance around here, around 42.37, which was this high. Once I found an area of resistance, I try to pay attention that that is the next area where price needs to go in and tap into. That being said, I was looking for now the area of support. For that, I want to zoom in just a little bit closer just because, again, this is the 1-hour time frame. The next area of support that caught my eye was around 42.20. So these were the areas that I saw on the 1-hour time frame where price ended up having a lot of movement from, which was the 42.20. Now that we have an area of support and resistance, now we can zoom into the 15-minute time frame. In the 15-minute time frame, I wanted to be able to understand that for me to be trading, it should be within this area. If price already broke the last high, which is all the way up here for 42.17, then the next probability of price trying to retest that level or trying to retest that area is going to be up here around 42.37. Now that we were in a smaller time frame, it was much easier to see what direction I should aim for. Zooming in a little closer, all I wanted to see was price break above these highs. The reason I'm not putting it on this high is because this one seems more like a fake out and price actually was moving a little bit more around these levels. So now that I understand that price was going to be moving in a bullish direction, I wanted to see what could be my possible point of entry. Now, the main thing I was looking for was for price to come up out of this level of 42.28 and close bullish. After seeing price decided to come back up and close outside of this area of 42.28, I decided to open up the trade. I put my stop loss at 42.21, which was the bottom of the wick, and I was looking for at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. I decided to choose 42.50 because if we couldn't hop into the 4-hour time frame, I saw that this was the next area that price could potentially come and grab some liquidity from. At this point, I'm looking at my checklist, and because I didn't have all of the boxes filled out, since for me, this trade didn't really check all of my confluences, I decided to only risk a small position. That's what works for me. Again, you can use your style, but for me, this is how I manage my risk when I'm in a trade that I'm not 100% certain in, but I don't want to miss out on. When I started to see price rejecting from the area, all I wanted to see was if it can give me another possible entry so I can add in more size. Now that price had came down to retest the last highs and close bullish, I was just looking for a pullback and I added in a little bit more size. By this point, I had two positions open and all I had to do was just wait. And that was the trade. So that was the full breakdown of this trade. This is how I made $1,300. You saw it from beginning to the end. If you like this video, like and subscribe, man. I would highly appreciate that. And guys, having a checklist helps you understand like what you should be looking for before you open up a trade. That's one of the easiest things that you can do when you're new at trading. Before I take a trade, I usually just look into my checklist. It's like a quick little guide that I have that allows me to understand how many confluences need to get checked off before I feel confident on that trade. This is the same list that helps me out understand how much I should be risking before I take my trades. Feel free to download it. It's in the description down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it's helping you out. All right, so that's it for today's video. I hope you learned something and I'll see you in the next one.